You're the bravest kid I've ever seen.
I'm gonna take care of this jerk. You go take care of your mom, okay? All right, get out of here. Go.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the most anticlimactic movie endings that left audiences wanting more. Obviously, be wary of spoilers.
This isn't the end.
Number 10. Now, Aliens, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Nothing ruins a grounded film more than some literal out-of-this-world meddling. While Indy's adventures have always leaned a bit into the fantastical, the appearance of actual aliens isn't just a toe in the genre. It's a hard left into full-on sci-fi.
I want to know everything. I want to know.
We're talking interdimensional portals, resurrected aliens, and honest-to-God flying saucers. Look, the idea of alien treasure on its own isn't that bad, but Crystal Skull's ham-fisted execution is so goofy, it deflates any kind of tension from the film's climax.
What the hell is that?
A portal! A pathway to another dimension!
Don't think we want to go that way.
By the time the credits roll, it feels like you just watched a Saturday morning cartoon, not a big-budget blockbuster. And that's not a compliment.
Where did they go? Space?
Not into space. Into the space between spaces.
Number 9. Out of Time. Donnie Darko. This influential thriller begins and ends with the same jet engine crashing into a bedroom, but the implications couldn't be more different. Thanks to some muddled time-traveling hijinks, the second crash landing kills Donnie. Essentially erasing the events of the film altogether. Admittedly, it's an ending you won't forget anytime soon, but once the novelty wears off, you're left with an empty feeling of, what was the point?
The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had.
After all, Donnie Darko spends 2 hours masterfully building up its characters and world.
How's it feel to have a wacko for a son?
It feels wonderful.
Only to render them pointless at the 11th hour. Despite its thematic heft, this big swing of an ending feels more hollow than anything else.
Mad world. Mad world.
Number 8. Broken Web. The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
On behalf of the fine people of New York City and real rhinos everywhere, I ask you to put your mechanized paws in the air.
Never!
To catch you up to speed, Gwen's dead, Peter's practically given up, and Spider-Man is missing in action. It's a bold, powerful note to end on. Or it would have been if The Amazing Spider-Man 2 didn't continue for another 5 minutes.
Kid, you gotta get...
Ooh, can you reload? Spider-Man is back!
In order to avoid ending on a downer, Rhino suddenly appears to cause some extra mayhem. Peter picks up his web shooters, swings back into action, and right when the fight's about to start, the movie cuts to black. Instead of committing to Peter's tragic circumstances,
the web-slinger's absence has left a hole in the heart of the city. Believe it or not, even the New York City Police Department has joined the chorus of New Yorkers in hoping for the return of the web-slinger.
We get a shoehorned happy ending that crams yet another villain into a movie that already had too many. There's no great power or great responsibility here.
Hey, Spider-Man.
I knew you'd come back.
Yeah, thanks for stepping up for me.
Number 7. Flipping the Board. The Game.
You shot him.
Instead of cake or presents, Nick's birthday gift is the chance to play a game.
I hate surprises.
Sounds fun, right?
This is all the game.
All right, bull.
Well, as it turns out, this game has some pretty intense rules, like gaslighting Nick, draining his bank accounts, burying him alive, and even making him shoot his own brother. Or so he thinks. At the film's climax, everyone pops out, yells surprise, and carries on like they didn't just put Nick through a horror film. They claim it was to make him a better person, but there's no excuse on the face of the planet capable of justifying this ending.
Maybe we can have some dinner.
You don't know anything about me.
No, I don't. So you tell me.
Well, what?
Where you're from?
Oh, originally. Oklahoma.
It's absurd, silly, and retroactively ruins the 2 hours that came before it.
Happy birthday, Nikki.
Number 6. You Get a Cure, and You Get a Cure. World War Z. This war ends with Brad Pitt's Gary discovering a pathogen that effectively saves the human race.
He walked right past him.
On paper, that's a perfectly serviceable ending for a summer blockbuster. The issue is that, up until that point, World War Z was a run-and-gun action thriller with more explosions than characters.
I'm running out of time. I need specifics. I need answers.
I don't have answers. All you can do is find a way to hide.
The film worked because it knew it was mindless popcorn entertainment. By abandoning that for a more character-focused climax, the movie's drama completely flatlines. It stings even worse because they'd already shot a massive bloody final battle befitting a movie called World War Z.
It's too loud. It's too loud.
Coming over the top!
But for some reason, that's the ending that wound up on the editing room floor instead.
Be prepared for anything. Our war has just begun.
Number 5. To Infinity and Beyond. Prometheus. The whole point of a prequel is to explain a story's origins, but apparently no one told that to Prometheus.
What are you doing? Charlie, don't be an idiot.
Hey, don't be a skeptic. Right? There's something generating an atmosphere. David?
Dr. Holloway is correct.
Cleaner than Earth, actually.
They were terraforming here.
Now, to be fair, it does show off xenomorphs in the final frame of the movie before the credits roll. Even worse, the narrative ends on a cliffhanger with space explorer Elizabeth Shaw seeking out the mysterious engineer homeworld for answers. We'd like some of those too.
He's coming for you.
Who's coming?
Airlock breach.
Prometheus leaves way too much up in the air. Like, why do the engineers want to seemingly destroy Earth? How did this xenomorph come to be? For a prequel that's supposed to clear up mysteries, Prometheus's inconclusive ending raises more questions than it answers.
I'm sorry.
That's quite all right.
Number 4. Chip off the old block. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Rey never needed an in-depth backstory.
Rey who?
But did that stop Rise of Skywalker from retconning her as a Palpatine? Of course not.
Rey, the Force will be with you. Always.
Setting aside the distinct lack of foreshadowing, this laughable reveal ruins one of the best parts of her character.
I'm all the Jedi.
That she was a nobody. Rey used to represent the idea that anyone could master the Force. But rather than committing to that empowering philosophy, The Rise of Skywalker spits on it so it can have a dramatic last-minute reveal. To make matters worse, the entire trilogy ends on an eye-rolling one-liner where Rey claims herself as a Skywalker.
Rey Skywalker.
For a galaxy far, far away, the Star Wars family tree is disappointingly small. Number 3. Man, Machine, and Motherhood. AI, Artificial Intelligence.
Human beings had created a million explanations of the meaning of life in art, in poetry, in mathematical formulas. Certainly, human beings must be the key to the meaning of existence.
Ironically, a film centered on humanoid mechas grows an ooey-gooey heart in its final minutes.
Go to her, David. She's just waking up this instant.
As nice as it is to see the robotic David finally receive the motherly love he always craved, the sentimental finale feels extremely out of place in such a gritty think piece. Then again, this is Steven Spielberg, and he's apparently a sucker for a happy ending, whether it's earned or not. Just look at the head-scratching decision to let Tom Cruise and his family walk off into the sunset at the end of War of the Worlds. These aren't bad endings by any stretch of the word, but tonally, they leave a lot to be desired.
And as the day wore on, David thought it was the happiest day of his life. All the problems seemed to have disappeared from his mommy's mind.
Number 2. Abraham Lincoln, Planet of the Apes. 1968's historic Planet of the Apes never needed a remake.
Damn you all to hell!
Especially one that trades one of cinema's greatest twist endings for, well, whenever this is.
Abort! Abort! I can't!
In place of the legendary Statue of Liberty reveal, Mark Wahlberg's Leo goes back in time to see a monkey version of the Lincoln Monument. Not only is it a lame retread of an iconic moment, but it fails to resolve any of the film's plot threads. If Leo went back in time, how were the apes still in control? Don't ask us, because the movie definitely doesn't explain anything. It's a confusing mess of an ending that single-handedly turns a lackluster remake into an awful one. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Further research required. The Devil Inside.
Who are you? You know me. Everyone knows me.
There's a lot of genuinely bad movie endings out there.
Please.
But at least they got endings at all. The Devil Inside doesn't even have that going for it. There's a car crash, a fade to black, and then a screen directing you to a website for more information on the quote-unquote ongoing investigation. No climax, no resolution. To say it's frustrating would be the understatement of the century. Imagine driving out to a movie theater, buying a ticket, and then leaving with homework if you want to know the rest.
Michael!
Yeah, it's no wonder The Devil Inside's non-ending is often cited as one of the worst movie conclusions of all time. Scary stuff indeed. What's a movie ending that made you scratch your head? Let us know in the comments below.
David went to sleep too. And for the first time in his life, he went to that place where dreams are born.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.